It was because of the animals. I felt that I was harming them and eating them and taking them into my system. Suddenly, it dawned on me, it became unnatural to do that.
Hi, I'm Leila Tehran. I'm an Iranian living in London, and I have been vegan for over 6 years.
My name is Ramona Cadogan. I live in New York, and I've been vegan since 2006, and I've been lifting since 2013.
I am Dr. Patty Tang, and I am a licensed naturopathic doctor in Portland, Oregon. I have been vegan for over 9 years now.
I became vegan because of the animals, and I've been Olympic weightlifting competitively since probably like 2016, 2015. And I've won the Pan Am Games as a master's athlete last year, the year before last. And I won, actually I took second at the World Cup last year in Olympic weightlifting as a vegan athlete. And I'm here to empower people that you can be vegan and strong and still lift weights and be healthy and happy doing it.
You actually have a bachelor's degree in biology and a master's in education. So how did you actually get into weightlifting?
I got into weightlifting through CrossFit. I've always been into sports, playing tennis, golf, dancing, ballet, tap, toe, jazz as a youngster. I started my first weightlifting, just entering the door for the first time was 2013. 2006, I became vegan. I wanted to change my diet. It wasn't because of the diet purpose. It was because of the animals. I felt that I was harming them and eating them and taking them into my system. Suddenly, it dawned on me, it became unnatural to do that. Just realized in my mind that I was taking in the emotions of their body.
Before you started weightlifting, you were always active. And when you changed your diet, what actually benefited you from being a vegan?
Just realized that I had more mental clarity, more energy. I feel happier. I felt like it was less of a load because meat definitely, at the time I felt it was good at one point, but then I realized it's very toxic and a lot of inflammation and a lot of hormones in it. And we already have our own hormones. So mixing that with inflammation further in our bodies, it definitely could cause a lot of, medical conditions like cancer, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes.
These benefits can be seen even in those who aren't eating a 100% whole food plant-based diet, but can be seen in those who are eating predominantly plant-based diets. Beneficial in cardiovascular disease, helping to maintain a healthy weight for your body, controlling blood sugar, and helpful in those with type 2 diabetes. Also reducing levels of cholesterol that are harmful. It may lower certain types of cancer risks, which is fantastic.
You find it difficult to what to eat initially?
Yeah, initially it was a little bit challenging in terms of how I could balance it out. But then when I did my own studies, took some courses, and at the time interview and watch other athletes who are vegan, and also listening to Physicians Committee Responsible Medicine with Dr. Bernard, I embellish veganism in terms of doing it the right way. Because I feel that if you eat junk food as a vegan, then it's like almost eating meat as a non-vegan. It's still very unhealthy. So either way, if you don't do it right, even though it's vegan, it could still be detrimental, to your health and your performance.
Do your best to try and make as many home-cooked meals as you can. I love to recommend eating the colors of the rainbow and eating in abundance. One thing that's really helped me and others that I've talked to is connecting with others who are vegan or transitioning to a vegan diet. So this can be through people that you know personally, or joining local groups. Online, there are lots of great groups. Those have been really great to help connect with others who are going through similar things, have similar interests, can answer your questions, provide tips and tricks, restaurant recommendations. Social events are something that can make it difficult, especially our social events tend to revolve around food a lot of times. Family events also center around food, also just living with family members who are not vegan or vegetarian. Pressures from them to eat meat, dairy, eggs. At least for me, living in the United States, coming from an immigrant household. My mom's an immigrant from Taiwan, my dad is a refugee from Cambodia. Growing up, we ate all kinds of foods, and a lot of it culturally important. When I first went vegan and I told my family, they were like, what? How are you gonna eat this? How are you gonna eat that? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, you can't eat anything. For me, it really helped to look for recipes that were similar to the foods that I grew up loving and being veganized. So that really helped me. One more thing I can talk about is people always say that going vegan is really expensive, like, and they can't do that. That's not necessarily true. As we know, a whole foods plant-based diet, predominantly whole foods, is actually more affordable in many places around the world, especially if you have access to it locally. It's more of those processed vegan foods, like those processed vegan meats and frozen meals, those vegan frozen pizzas. Vegan cheeses are really expensive. Those can make your diet expensive. Also eating out of vegan restaurants. But one thing that's helped me to navigate that, especially when I'm craving those processed vegan foods, which are okay in my opinion to eat on occasion, is I love to visit discount grocery stores. Grocery Outlet is one of my favorite stores. They always have vegan foods there.
I sense that in some maybe cultures, people feel that veganism is a luxury, and it's not a luxury. I understand that fruits and vegetables can be very, expensive. And if you're doing it on a budget, I would definitely recommend the rice, beans, potatoes are very cheap. And our people have sales to get good produce. So, definitely shop around. It's called shopping around, and looking for great deals. There's no excuse. I mean, if you value your health and your lifestyle, you will find a way. Mm-hmm. People value getting expensive sneakers, expensive clothes. So why can't they value getting quality food? It's where your mindset is. Being stereotypical and saying it's for one group and not the other. That's, again, it's in there. It's what they see. Social media and your mindset is a definitely great correlation, because a lot of people listen to social media, including myself. But I know what's important to me, and I know what's not important to me. And I don't just believe everything that I hear. If you search and look, there's different organizations in almost every state of the USA, in different countries. They have Black vegan societies, all different organizations that support veganism. So it's all about research and educating yourself. It starts in the school system, working with kids, showing them at the elementary level. That's where it begins, young, at that way, introducing them to what fruits and vegetables are and how they used to help them in their just overall diet. I think every school should have at least the option of kids to learn about veganism, and also about the environment too as well. So it ties in how veganism is connected to the environment. So education around the environment definitely has to be expanded. Learning how veganism helps the environment, helps the animals, it helps people, the whole ecosystem.
So animal agriculture, which is raising animals for human consumption, is the leading driver for deforestation. So like land use needed to grow plant foods to feed animals that we then consume, as well as grazing, water usage, pollution, greenhouse gas emissions that are contributing to climate change. So reducing your meat consumption can reduce all of those impacts.
My name is Vicky. I live in Yorkshire. My father is Nigerian and my mother is English, and I have been vegan for 5 years.
Hi, my name's Kirti. I'm South Indian and I've been vegan for 2.5 years.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Mil Patel. I'm a vegan doctor from London. I've been vegan for about 4 years now, and I originally went vegan for the animals. It's probably one of the best decisions you can make for your health, for the health of the planet, and for the animals as well. So give it a try.
Talk to me about your diet. What kind of food do you eat?
I don't eat anything that's special. I usually eat the same thing every day. For breakfast, I might have vegan pancakes, or I might have oatmeal, and the oatmeal would have my antioxidants, which are my berries. I do have some protein powder along with the oatmeal, the berries. Put almond butter for the good fats, and I put in my supplements, which is my vitamin D, D3, K2. DHA, which is omega, a fatty acid. I have the vitamin C, all the fat and water-soluble vitamins that you can think of that are vegan-based, multivitamin, and B12. B12 is definitely there, and iodine through seaweed, nori, dulse. I have that. A huge salad maybe for lunch, and in the salad I would have maybe chickpeas. Like I said, I don't do too much tofu, too much tempeh. I never drink water and eat my meals at the same time because that disrupts the digestion. So I have alkaline water. Sometimes I like kombucha. Sometimes I drink that. No sodas. I don't drink wine. And sometimes I have wine a little bit here and there. At dinner, I make spaghetti with my spiralizer. Sometimes I use sun burgers, vegan sun burgers. It's not real burger. It's a burger made out of pea protein. I do take some supplementation, maybe branched chain amino acids if I'm training. Maybe a pre-workout would be just having orange, like a fast instant carb.
You take actually quite a lot of supplements. I don't even believe in protein powders. I think we can. What the most plant-based doctors say: as long as you're consuming enough calories, you're consuming enough protein. That is what I like about a whole food plant-based diet. You can get actually everything you need from your diet, except for B12, obviously, and the occasional vitamin D3. Yes.
Supplements that are often recommended for vegans to take include B12. That's a really important one. B12 is created by microbes, and with the world as it is today, with sanitation, we're not consuming that B12 through our food and our water. So if you are not eating fortified foods with vitamin B12, it's important to supplement. And vitamin D is something that is recommended and differently depending on where you are living in the world, but it's not just vegans that are low, that can be low in vitamin D. Omnivores can be lower in vitamin D too. Omega-3 fatty acids are important in our diet, and we can get that through like ground flax seeds, ground chia seeds, through hemp seeds. Those are food-based ways in obtaining omega-3. You can also supplement with omega-3 through algae sourced supplements.
Thank you so much for taking time to talk to me.
Thank you so much for having me.